The sauciest barbecue with Chinese-Malaysian flavors behind every dish. Smoked ribs and delicious meats courtesy of Southeast Asian pitmasters. Welcome to Culinary Cultures with SaucyTV, where it's old-school pit-style barbecue cooked and curated with that smoke and love. Paying homage to ingredients, spices, and flavors across different corners of Asia and located at the one and only SmokeQueen barbecue in the heart of Garden Grove. Cooking up the very best of Asian American barbecue in the country.
Come on in.
Now we join the SmokeQueen herself, Chef Winnie.
So what are they prepping now, Chef?
They're putting the orders out. So the board right here, these are our warmers where we keep our meats hot. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 orders on the board right now. This is our carving station here. This is our hot side and our cold side. So we have the Penang curry right here, simmering.
If only you could smell that curry.
We pre-stage all this just because it takes so much time, and then our gloves are dirty and it gets so nasty around the rim. There's no juice, but there's some sauce on here. We actually sauce it up.
21.
And that's about as saucy as it gets. Now we'll start at the beginning, opening the day with service prep, following Chef Winnie and her team.
It's a huge team, Chef.
We have a lot of prep work to do. We take one whole day prep on Wednesday. We open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We prep on as we go as well during the week.
Everyone's got their individual roles.
They already know what to do. Everybody pitches in to do whatever they can. We're 29 minutes from open time, getting everything done last minute. We're making potato salad right now. We're pre-packaging some of the cucumbers to save time during service, so our ticket time is not as long as it used to be. Then we've got the slicers, owning the knives, getting all that ready. We've got the front of house, getting all pre-portioning the sauces, making sure the tables are clean. Yeah, everybody has a role.
What time does everyone come in to get started?
Today's Friday, it's not that busy.
Okay.
But Saturday, Sunday, around 10:30 people there's already a line. We open at 11, so
Y'all open
2 months from
2 months ago.
yesterday.
Wow, yeah. Happy 2-month anniversary.
Yeah.
This is like the prep area and then the pits.
Pits are outside. I'll take you there.
We follow Chef Winnie to the back to meet her fellow pitmaster.
Jared is our pit master. Starts at 2 a.m., 3 a.m.,
3 a.m.
3 in the effing a.m.
I trim everything I need for the next day, rub down and load up all the proteins I need for today, and eventually I sleep.
Just you?
Oh, it's just me.
Wow.
Because I have to do a lot of other stuff. 20% of running a barbecue restaurant is
All the other
barbecuing.
Yeah. 80% is the other shit that she has to do that I don't.
Finding customers, sourcing vendor, making sure all our supplies come in, making sure our trash guy comes and takes our trash, grease guy comes and takes the grease. There's just so many things that goes into running, let alone any business, but the restaurant industry is just, it's tough. There's so many moving parts. Kind of divide and conquer now. Jared's good at what he does, managing fire, rubbing down the meat.
The things that she does are my nightmare. There are 15 steps before you order your food that all have to be hit for it to come out.
Or when we run out of food an hour before we close, customers are mad. How can we not have any food left?
I'm just guessing.
We order our meat on a Monday to get them on Tuesday. Start smoking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Basically planning 48 hours in advance, right?
Yep,
We have to look in a crystal ball every day to figure out what we should make in order to sell, because if we sell out, that's good, but we don't want to sell out too soon because customers get mad. But if we don't sell out, we literally have to eat our profit, like literally eat the meats ourselves. But we start with 1,000 pounds of meat, and things always break down in a restaurant. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So what made Chef start SmokeQueen Barbecue?
One day, I decided to toy with using some ingredients that I'm familiar with, Chinese spices, and I made a Pork Belly Char Siu. And I sold that, I think, like 2-3 weeks, and third or fourth week, I got a call from a photographer from New York Times, and I thought it was some sort of spam call. And he was like, yeah, I need to schedule a photo shoot with you for the New York Times. I was like, this is bullshit. Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying. So I called the editor, he's like, yeah, this is right. And then finally the paper came out and really gave me a footing on my concept and my identity of this business, because I really didn't know what I should lean into, and I realized that people don't like phony. People want to support the authentic you, and that's what I've been doing since. Because of that article that was written by Teja Roll in 2021, it really validated what I felt Asian American barbecue is. As an immigrant child, I came here when I was 6 years old. I didn't really have a good sense of identity, whether I was American or Asian Chinese. I didn't really know what I was. Growing up in a traditional Chinese household, but in America, when I go to school and, we have all these American influences. So I realized that I'm not Asian, I'm not American, I'm American Asian, and this is what my barbecue is. It's Asian flavors, Asian ingredients, but done and cooked the American way. So it's pure reflection of who I am. He's yawning because he's heard it so many times.
I mean, it's not why I'm yawning, but it's also not wrong. Fire management and like finding your heat point, it's just repetition and feel.
When it's dry, when it's humid, when it's windy.
Yeah, every element changes that next day's cook. There's no like one and done magic number for any of it.
There's no dial that you turn and then there's no start button. It's the art of smoking.
Like Winnie's a trained pastry chef, and pastry and pâtissier is like hard science. By the numbers. Now this is very much like, I don't know, you'll figure it out.
Rule of thumb.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Between Chef Jared and Chef Winnie, you can tell they both cook from a place of love.
Y'all got like a brother-sister dynamic to me. Older sister, younger brother vibe. Like,
No, older brother, younger sister.
yes. Excuse me, chef. You're right. You are right.
It's time to appreciate the beautiful meats that chefs have been cooking all night and all morning long. Chef Jared opens the smokers and pulls out the glistening, smoky, tender pork.
You know, we're short, and so we can't reach all the way in. We try our best. We would have a step ladder.
There's stepladder and pizza paddles.
Chef continues to rotate the meat from hot to cold pit zones, ensuring the meat cooks evenly and allowing the pits to do what they do best, ensuring that everything is cooked through the technique and precision of the pit masters. Now Chef gloves up, getting ready for the pork ribs.
Got a double glove, huh?
Yeah, a glove sandwich. You have these cottons on, and you have them on for longer than like a minute or two. Your hands will get so sweaty that soak through, and then they'll heat transfer through the nitrile gloves and burn the shit out of you. Woo.
Where the view just gets better and better.
We'll talk about what we're looking for in pork ribs. After they've been on their back for between 2 and 3 hours, you're looking for two really distinct things. This is obviously the meatiest parts. This is the last part that's going to render. So you want to look for how much play there is in the bone. So that's kind of perfect, right? You don't want the bones to just be coming out. You want them to move, and you want them to feel like if I push hard enough, I could just break through the silver. The perfect bite for a rib, pick up the rib, and dead center, you take a bite, and then you pull away. It doesn't tear, it doesn't fall off, there's a perfect bite mark. They're also looking for this section right here, the rib tips, right? So you want them to be squishy, and you see how it's all coming out. This is what the rib tips should look like, and then that's what they should look like on the bottom. There's play, they're not about to fall off.
And so what's the flavor profile on this, chef?
Oh, this is just your AP rub and then smoke. And then they'll get,
AP meats also, we don't do it too heavy on the rub. You can really taste the natural sweetness of the pork, and that's the whole point.
in days past, the glaze, these ribs, so we would sauce the foil. We found that by introducing more liquid, whether it's a salsa glaze, whatever, the ribs will steam out more.
Oh, okay.
It's done with intention. Every little step. We've been doing trial and error day one, and we keep on changing. Are you gonna open the sack?
No, the stack's good, but I am gonna rebuild the fire.
This is the sack?
Yeah, it's my smokestack, and then this is called a damper. Your third and last point of control.
Turns it up or both ways again?
It controls the amount of air you're allowing to escape at one time. Farther open, more heat. Closing it down, you get better smoke circulation and a more controlled. So like once these get wrapped in paper in, I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours probably, I'll open that stack up because I want the heat to spike. Then after that first build, I'll close it down to get the heat to be consistent at like 300.
Bringing us to the sleeper on the menu, their pit roasted chicken, spiced and cooked slow and steady to perfection.
Used to do them with the skin. These are skinless, right there?
Yes.
Most underrated protein in the South.
This is my favorite protein.
Easily some of the most beautiful golden chicken I've ever seen, and you can feel that love going into each corner of that process. Now we head back into the kitchen as Chef talks through the beautiful sides.
How many customers come through on a Saturday or a weekend?
We serve anywhere from 500 to 700 people. So even our sides, for the most part, we scratch make everything. Rice, potato salad, our chili is called mapo chili. If you know what mapo tofu is, same flavor profile, but we take out the tofu because, you know, this is a meat restaurant. But we actually take the trimmings from all the beef and pork that Jared does, and we repurpose it. So running a restaurant is very little profitability, right? There's so much overhead, so many costs and expenses. And running a meat-driven restaurant is even smaller profit margins, right? So we try to save every part that we can and repurpose it, right? And turn it into a profit or revenue stream. So that's what the mapo chili is. It's actually a really popular dish. It goes great on top of the mac and cheese because it's like an Asian chili cheese flavor. Yeah.
Nice.
I do fun things to add. Like, for example, the bread pudding. Bread pudding is staple in all barbecue restaurants. Actually, Malaysian-Chinese. I was born in Malaysia, and one thing I loved to eat as a kid there was gaya bread toast. Gaya is a custard. It's a coconut custard made with coconut, obviously, eggs, pandan leaf, call it the vanilla of Malaysia or Southeast Asia. Do you know what it is? Here you go. Frozen pandan leaves. So you can't really buy them fresh here. They're from Southeast Asia. So instead of vanilla in Southeast Asia, we always use this. That's what our custard's made out of. So it's toasted over charcoal, like a thick cut toast, a slab of real butter, not this like white color stuff, yellow butter, and then a thick swab of the gaya custard. And that's what we would eat for breakfast. This is what I did. I took, instead of regular bread, we purposely bought sauce just for this recipe.
How's that buttery?
Yes. Yeah. When you close your eyes, you're eating gaya toast, but when you open your eyes, it's actually bread pudding. We're not a traditional American barbecue restaurant where you would find white bread with their barbecue. For me, because I'm Asian, I'm Chinese, Malaysian, Southeast Asian, we have to have rice with every meal. Us being in Garden Grove, where it's predominantly an Asian demographic, I had to swap out the white bread for rice. That's why when people come here and they're like, where's the bread? Well, so our bread, we do have brioche buns that you can buy, but we also have that rice that we offer, you know, somebody that's more traditionally Asian. I see my concept being the gateway food, the gateway to Asian food, the gateway to American food. Like our sauces, they're all made from scratch. Our house barbecue sauce has a fermented soybean paste in there. So you'll taste something different, but you just won't, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know what it was.
Right.
It's an ingredient like a non-Asian person would go to an Asian market and be so confused.
Yeah.
What is this? How do I use this? How does it taste, right? That's also introducing that to our typical American customers.
And now Chef Jared starts loading the very pork he was resting earlier, placing them into the warmers as the team gets ready for the restaurant to finally open. The culture of the kitchen truly brings a spirit of family, and you feel it from every member on the team.
When we walked in, it was empty, and now there's a crowd, you know? So
Yeah, so we have a line now. Just started service.
30 minutes later, you have a line out the door.
See, our chicken is the most underrated protein here. People don't know chicken at a barbecue restaurant, but when they do, they're like, oh my god, this is so good. I didn't expect. It's because of the temperature that we cook it at. It's really juicy, and we cook it low and slow. You can cook a chicken thigh in 20 minutes. Cook it on high heat, you can dry it out, but we're cooking at 250, cooking for several hours, so it's really juicy on the inside. You see how juicy that is?
And just look at that brisket, cooked slow and steady through the pitmaster's techniques for the juiciest brisket in the city.
Y'all being 2 months old, this is a well-oiled machine, Chef.
So Christian here has been working for me for 2 years, so he's very familiar. When he first started, he didn't even know how to hold a knife, so I'm really proud of him. Right here.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you.
Jefferson also about a year-ish, yeah?
Year and a half,
At SmokeQueen, yeah. And then Rosario in the back, 10+ years with my other businesses. Been with me since I started the pop-up from my house from day one. She's been with me when we delivered 50 orders and I got a flat tire in the middle of the freeway. She's been with me when I wanted to cry and give up. She's been with me when I was elated and celebrated our first sold out day. So it's definitely a labor of love, family of love here.
I like the thoughtfulness of both bowls as well.
You can have barbecue 7 days a week. A rice bowl is something that's very approachable on a daily basis. It's just a very casual lunch, but we're using smoked meats.
Heard, Chef.
And now it's time to enjoy some beautiful barbecue.
What's your favorite dish, Chef? Favorite protein? This one, the char siu, yeah.
Whether it's Chef Winnie's signature pork char siu or these smoky pork ribs that are cooked overnight, the team consistently delivers the freshest of barbecue coming out of the pits, including their dry-aged 8-spice pork belly roasted to crispy skin perfection, along with the tender pulled pork that we saw slow smoking for 10 to 12 hours earlier. From their signature pork rub to the all-natural smoked chicken quarters that are seasoned and sauced with that barbecue glaze. Finishing every pork dish with the sweet Chinese char siu sauce, a true Asian American beauty.
By the end of the day, it's like, oh my god, grease everywhere.
A beautiful blend of cultures inspired by that Malaysian magic, courtesy of the one and only SmokeQueen barbecue.
came here at the right time.
Yeah, perfect. So this is like, obviously, some of the briskets are gonna be a little more done, some are gonna be a little less done as they rotate through the cook. Is it's starting to render through. You get this little pool on the flat, right? Fat on the side is hard right now, which means that 3 hours till like these are ready to hit paper. You wanna render out as much fat as you can on the point while they're naked, and then you wrap them up and you run at a higher temp to get the flat to catch up to where the point is.
How many briskets are in here right now?
24.
24.
Which is 24 briskets and 8 pork butts is like a comfortable full load for 1,000 gallons.
Your arm is going deep in that, man.
Yeah, you gotta get up in there.
The art of smoking, where you don't know how these elements are going to come together, but you do the best you can and it's made with pure love.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, man.
Now we take the beautiful tray from Chef Winnie's team and deliver it to a very special class, where I was invited to give a show and tell on SaucyTV.
Hello again. Hi. Wow, what am I vlog?
They were so excited when I told them we have a guest speaker.
Do y'all like barbecue?
Put it over there.
So shout out to the SmokeQueen team for this beautiful tray because look how excited they were.
That's so good.
Bro, that's bomb. That's bomb. Like the best. This is what I've been waiting for. Yeah.
Tell me, which one's your favorite?
Whatever like kind of look like carnitas. They're like all piled up and shredded. They were so good. I'm gonna say it's the mapo.
The mapo.
Good. So good.
So good. What was it? The potato salad?
Yeah, the potato salad was so good. Wow. You know what? I chose a restaurant to go to celebrate Mother's Day, and we chose a Korean restaurant in Buena Park, but I'm like, I think we'll change it to this place. It's just got this unique taste, right? That it's incredible.
I think we have 10-ish minutes. Y'all want me to just talk about stuff? Y'all got questions? Yeah.
I do not have a question. I just wanted to say thank you so much for the food. It was so good. It was so good. Clean off the bone. Like, it's so good.
It's very kind of you. I appreciate it.
This is Mr. Chung. We love SmokeQueen barbecue.
I've always fantasized like, oh, it would be amazing if I created my own concept. I could do what I want and I could just be creative and sell what I like to eat. And if they don't like it, they don't have to buy it. So it is really a dream come true, and I feel very fortunate and blessed that things had to happen in a certain sequence for us to be here today.